Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm pumped up. What? What? What is going on? It's your boy Preston, Fat Samurai Guy, back again and hanging out with your brother here in the movie dojo. Is Diego Dati. How you doing, brother? Welcome to the dojo, my friend.
Good evening, good morning.
Yeah, man. I know, right?
Yeah, it's
It is
morning
a
here.
11 a.m. over there in China, correct?
Yes, it is.
Wow. Copy that. Copy that. But thanks again, man, for hanging out. Going to be
Thank
talking.
you.
Yes, going to be talking movies and martial arts, and I had to play some of them highlights in that intro there to show my man in action. And yeah, somebody was singing a song during that intro. I don't, man, it sounds familiar. So, brother, how did you get into the music business, man? Did you always have a love for music?
Oh, yeah, music started long, long time ago. I was a teenager and we set up a band back in Italy called Nadir with two A's. And yeah, we were doing crossover metal. We loved Korn, System of a Down, Faith No More, everything that Mike Patton was doing, Mr.
Yeah,
Bungle, and all that.
yeah,
And we're trying to do something similar. And actually, that was also the reason why I was like reading a lot of English, listening a lot of music in English, and perfecting my language through that. Actually, at that time, because we were writing songs in English. And later on, when I left Italy to come to China, we had to dismantle the band basically, sadly. And when I started to have time, I started to get, I got a little hardware over here, like some MIDI software stuff, guitar and everything. I decided to record stuff on my own. I'm a terrible musician, but I can put things together. So it's more about putting down the idea and producing
gotcha.
and making it a song.
Yeah. Well, I'm seeing a guitar on the right there in the back.
Yeah, yeah, that's my 8 string
Let's take it. Can we take a look?
Ibanez.
Can we see that? Can you grab that
Sure,
for us? Or
sure, sure. There it is.
look at that! What a beauty!
It is beautiful,
Oh man,
and it sounds very very heavy.
that's
Top
how we like
string.
our. That's how we like our music heavy.
Yeah,
That's right.
yes.
That's right. That's
We
right.
we like it heavy.
Yeah, and you got the brand new stuff right now. That's right. You got the single
Thank
here.
you. Yes, yes. This is my new
Digging.
single.
I'm digging the single. I'm digging it. That's right. That's
Good.
right. When I was going down a lot of your tracks for the music you've done, and I was like, dude, this is like right up Samurai Guy's alley because I love that industrial metal vibe and stuff like that, and more. Yeah, very experimental but badass at the same time.
The actually movies and working on movies was what inspired my first solo albums, my first three albums. Because at the beginning I was like playing as a mercenary very often,
Right.
and therefore the first album was called Merc from Mars. But then it's the whole story that goes across three albums. So the trilogy is telling a story of a mercenary who goes to Mars and becomes schizophrenic, is kind of possessed by a demon, and then a lot of things happen across the three albums. But that's the whole story that's narrated across those tracks.
Wow, that's
So
wild. That's
and
wild, man.
and that came from being in the desert, to being the mercenary or the soldiers and
Yeah.
everything. And I was like, I was also studying uh about PTSD. I was trying to find
Mm,
people with PTSD, find interviews and stuff like that to
yeah.
understand more about it and how they felt about certain things. And therefore that inspired all this,
Wow.
all these
Copy that.
tracks.
Copy that.
Yeah.
Are you gonna keep doing that? Getting inspiration from your films and making future tracks?
I mean, whatever I find inspiration, it doesn't really matter. When
Right.
you feel you want to write about something, then you start writing about something, you start composing about something. I see it that way. It is not like I don't have any contract where I have to
Yeah.
release like 6 albums in 6 years or anything like that. Whenever
Yeah.
I feel like releasing something or creating something, I do.
There
So
you go.
that
You go. As a true artist should. That's right. That's right. You got people watching right now. What's going on, Champ Blaze? He said, "Hey, just stopping in. Hello.
Hello.
Diego, yes. We got Brian Sanchez says, greetings. That Fat Samurai Guy and Diego Dati.
Hello.
Badass is watching right now. Yeah. That's cool, man. Yeah, man. So, hey, everybody watching right now, make sure you click on the links below. Take you straight to Mr. Diego's music, and you can
Thank you.
sing while you're training in martial arts, baby. That's right. And speaking
Indeed.
of training in martial arts, man, brother, when did you start taking martial arts and getting into it? Did you get into
So,
it as a young age?
yeah. It was so my brother was doing judo when I was very young, and he was using me as his dummy, and it was like, of course, he was going also to seminars on self defense and stuff like that. So it was like, point me the gun, and then he would disarm me, or he would flip me on the floor or
Yeah.
whatever, toss me around, and so it was with my brother that I started really, and he started to bring me to judo classes. At the beginning, that's where I learned to roll around and be soft on the falls and everything. And but then it was later that I actually got very passionate about Chinese wushu, Chinese martial arts, and it was around I was maybe 18 years old, 19 years old, something like that, when I got into wushu. So when I was very young, we're talking about the first judo classes, I was 13, 14 years old, probably. Before that, I was just a dummy since I was six,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, since I was 18, 19, it was wushu first. So the forms, southern fist, sorry, southern sword, southern staff. Then I got into drunken sword, drunken fist. Then I got into Wing Chun, and Wing Chun was the thing because I started to spar a little bit more, and I realized that I love that. I love having contact with someone else, because I think you can understand more about your own energy and about someone else's energy. It's very important to practice with contact. So got out of the forms in a way, and then later on I got into Kali, into Pekititirsia Kali, and that's what I mostly teach now when I have time. We do seminars here in China. Um, that's Shihan Gong is now is 8th Dan Kyokushin Karate, is super tough.
Wow.
You can see his knuckles. Is a very
Yeah.
strong man, and he does a lot of the police training over here, and some military training here and there, and then we do seminars together. And yeah, and that's about it. So it's a lot about weapons, sticks, so impact weapons, edged weapons. There's also the whole empty hands part, a lot of locks, a lot of what they call in China qina, which is the joint manipulation.
Mm.
And what else? Well, we prefer, of course, most of our sparring is with weapons. So we do a lot of the sparring with weapons. It could be single stick, double stick, short weapons, or a sibat, which is a long staff. And we do practice with empty hands as well, but we don't get super deep into the manipulation, into the joint manipulation and things like that. But there is standing fighting, there's ground fighting, which is very similar. It has a lot of in common with jiu-jitsu as well. The discipline is very broad, so every teacher and every school will choose what to focus on,
Mm.
but all the technologies are very transferable. So when you learn one of the weapons, then you will transfer to another one easily. So you learn things that connect with each other in a very clear way, I would say. Sometimes then there are some nuances. Each weapon has its own specific movements, some specific things that you cannot really transfer. They are specific to that weapon category, but most of the things you can, you know.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. I came across some of your videos on Instagram of you training, and you had the gear on, and I think it was single stick, I think.
It was a single
Yeah,
stick.
and that was like intense. It was pretty cool looking, man. You guys were tagging each other, trying to find openings. That was a blast to watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, we move in and out pretty swiftly because we're afraid of getting hit.
Well, it's kind of realistic, actually, right?
That is the thing. Is that
Yeah.
so? Personally, I prefer to use minimal protection, which is the headgear, the fencing helmet, and a pair of hockey gloves. Because when you get hit, then you want to get out of the way. Your
Right.
body automatically gets you get traumatized in a way, and each time you see something coming at you, your body automatically, you flick out,
Yeah.
you move away, and that's something that sometimes only pain can do. It educates you very quickly.
Right. Right.
And if you wear a lot of protection instead, you tend to become suicidal in certain things because you're not feeling anything. So if you wear a lot of gear, protections on your forearms, on your knees, and everything, then you're not scared anymore, and you just go in thinking nothing happens. But then if you want to transfer that somewhere else,
Right.
which is maybe a more realistic scenario, like a
Yeah.
real life scenario, whatever it is, it might not apply. It might even
Right.
get you in a dangerous position.
Yeah, no, that's no, well said. Many years ago, a younger samurai, many years ago, a buddy of mine, he competed in a lot of Muay Thai kickboxing
Mhm.
tournaments and stuff, and he was like, he just wanted to mess around with me one day, and we were like training together for a couple days a week, and I thought at the time, I thought I had decent defense. He made me realize I had absolutely no
Uh, do you,
defense because he just kept popping me in the face. He just kept boop popping. He's like, "You're open, boop," and I was like, "Oh my god!" But that made me work on having better defense. But how else was I going to know that unless I got popped in the face, right?
Unless there is some sparring, indeed, it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
a certain degree of sparring has to be
yeah,
preserved. It's like almost every session we have, for example, when we have classes over here, we keep doing some sparring, or it can be technical sparring. You just
hmm,
decide maybe to tag certain areas of the body or to
yeah,
try some specific techniques, but in a non-cooperative scenario. This is
right,
what I would say. So it's like it's
right.
important to do a little of that.
Yeah, no, well
Yeah.
said. With your training over the years, uh, did you apply your own training to some of the fight choreography, to
That's
some of the fights? And okay, copy that. I could see
definitely.
that. I could see that. Did anybody have any issues with that? With your style of like?
No, no,
Okay,
no, no. So I might have an issue maybe sometimes getting. So when you're filming, okay, the timing is different, and things. So while let's say maybe in our core, because we also have our choreographed, like not sparring, sorry, our choreographed cooperative training when you're doing drills, which is like, let's say in boxing it would be 1, 2, hook or whatever. In Kali would be something a little bit different where there are drills. And many times the tempo of these drills is flowing, and it could be on a 3, it could be on a 4, whatever it is, or on a 5. Usually it's on a 3 or on a 5. So like 3 movements, 5 movements. But the tempo of these movements, it stays the same when we're doing it cooperatively.
okay,
Now, what happens instead when we're filming is that the tempo might be pa 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 pa, whatever it is.
yeah, yeah,
And so, like when I see a choreo, I'm very fast at picking it up. So it's like they show me a choreo of 9 movements sometimes, and I see it and I can do it after the first time they show me. However, I need to get into the tempo that they want.
mm,
And that is a different game. And that is, maybe sometimes it could be out of my comfort zone because it really depends on the choreographer and on what's their school of thought and what's the tempo they had in mind. So, there's the advantage of being very fast at picking up the tempo of whatever it is. And then there is the part where you have to come out of what are your habits in doing a different tempo. And this is what it is. So when you come as a martial artist, not specifically a cinema trained or a theatrical trained fighter, who is trained specifically for those things. When you come as a martial artist, you will have to break up out of certain habits that you have with your timing and
Right.
all of that, and pick up a different kind of timing that looks better on the camera, because
Gotcha.
it has to be snappy in a certain way.
Right. Right.
And this can be the challenge. And of course, the more you train it, the more you do it,
Yeah.
the easier it gets. So
Copy that.
I definitely used it. You can see it, especially in things like counterattack or like Wolfpack, because those are weapons that I use.
Right.
So even the way I feint, the way I do some movements, those were not choreographed stuff. Those were stuff that were just like, this is how we do.
Right.
This
Right.
is how I usually do it.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you think? It's like,
Yeah.
skip that.
Yeah.
So
Natural reaction. Yeah.
so that yeah. So they will keep that here and there. And then of course there is
Nice.
all the part that is choreographed by the action teams, and that can be easy for me because it's very similar to certain things we do. Sometimes I will go like, I will never do this, but it looks good, so let's do this. There are some things that, of course, if you're always thinking in a tactical way as a martial artist, you might say like, this is I would have done it differently, whatever. You have your own take on it, but
Right. Right.
that doesn't matter, because the final result, it's what matters, which is what comes out on screen.
Right.
So
Exactly. No, copy that. I have to ask you, so what is some of your favorite martial arts movies of all time?
favorite martial arts movies of all time.
Putting you on the spot.
Ouch. I tell the truth, there is
Rush
always
Hour 3. Rush Hour 3.
no, there's always in my there's always in my soul. No, I don't say no because I don't like it. It's just there's always in my soul Danny the Dog and Hero.
Oh, all right.
I was a big Jet Li fan,
Yeah.
and I'm sad because I still haven't had an opportunity to work with the man, and I would love it. Even having a, a short dialogue with him would make me
Right.
happy.
Right. Yeah.
And I did love Danny the Dog because I thought it was a perfect action movie in a way. There was a lot of romance. It was hitting you in the feels. I was like really feeling for him,
Yeah.
and at the same time, when he came out, the violence, the
Yeah.
impact. I watched it in the cinema, so the impact of those hits was heavy,
Yeah.
especially if you think about the first scene when he
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
unlashes his collar and he
Yeah.
goes. Uh, there was I was just like, whoa, ow, it's like the reactions you would have to you would feel it. And
Yeah.
that's something that later on came out in another one of my favorites, which is The Raid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, The Raid, story wise and character wise, it is not Danny the Dog. Danny the Dog was a bigger production. You
Right.
have also Morgan Freeman. The music was from Massive Attack. So
Mhm.
great soundtrack. Everything was like, I thought it was amazing, and the
Yeah.
action scenes, I love them. The choreographies were great, but The Raid is pure in a way. The Raid is pure and is
I like that. Pure.
yes. And the other thing is that the martial arts that they use in there, because they're using Silat, is very close to what I do. So when I see how they took whatever they have in Silat and make it good for the screen, let's say, make it very nice on camera, I was like, oh wow, they
Yeah.
they, they did it right. At the same time,
Nice.
some people might find it too violent. I love a little bit of gore. I mean, I'm into horror. I'm into horror movies like yourself. So it's
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah. That
it's
was my
like if
next
there's
question.
action, yeah, if there's action plus a little bit of gore,
Yeah.
I'm
It's
happier.
peanut
Here,
butter and chocolate.
yeah,
It
here
works.
though, when we film over here, sometimes we go like, for example, VR Fighter. We had scenes that we have pieces that were more violent than what you've
Mm.
seen, and the thing is that they couldn't put them in because here everyone has to be able to watch. There's no
Right.
PG system in
Mhm.
China. There's no PG-13 or anything like that. So anything that goes in the cinema or on streaming platforms has to be watchable for any kid as well.
Right.
It's just,
Right.
any kid has to be able to watch it. So things
Yeah.
get
Well, that makes sense because when we watched SPL for the first time, it did
yeah,
not have the real ending and then at the end of that
right.
movie. It was a happy ending. And then we thought that was the ending. We didn't know at the time. And then when later, when we when they released it out here as Killzone, we watched it and I grabbed my wife. I was like, oh my God. But I love
This
that
is
movie. I
different.
love it. I
Yeah,
love the ending to that, but to Killzone. But yeah, I'm so happy you said Danny the Dog, aka Unleashed, because I was just getting ready to recommend that because we have another series on this channel called Underrated Action Movies, and I
yeah.
really feel that's an underrated Jet Li movie. That's the most brutal I think Jet Li's
Yeah.
been. I don't think he's been that brutal since. Just
Probably.
ferocious.
Probably, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It was very explosive because you see
explosive.
a lot of the Jet Li movies, like Hero or the old Shaolin movies
Yeah.
and all of that. Of course, is classic Jet
Oh
Li
yeah.
because he
So
was a
good.
wushu champion. So
Mm-hmm.
what we call Shenfa, which is the body mechanics, is amazing. It just
Yeah.
looks beautiful and it's perfect in terms of wushu. But yeah, in that movie, it's different.
It's
In that
just
movie,
ground and pound. I'm just gonna
it's yes, yes. It's
punch you in
brutal.
the
I
neck.
love
I'm gonna punch you in the neck. It was so
that. Yeah,
good.
yeah.
But now we got to segue to the horror movies. What's some of your favorite horror films?
It's easy. So, sorry, I will go very predictable here. The Shining.
It's a classic.
The
Yeah.
Shining, I go predictable here. I watched again the first Alien like 2 days ago because every now and then I have to rewatch the first Alien. I'm
So good.
currently playing an Alien game. It's called Alien Dark Descent. I love it.
Ooh, pretty
It's
good. I saw
it
the
is a very
trailer
good
for that.
is a very good
Nice.
strategy, real time strategy game.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little bit like the old XCOM series, but
Yeah.
instead of being turn based, you have to take decisions on the fly.
Right. Like
So
Command
you
and
can,
Conquer, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
similar. Yeah.
Kind of that
All right.
that idea. It's very cool. The
Cool.
atmosphere, the aliens, everything is very cool. I don't know if you ever tried Isolation.
People keep recommending that game to me, by the way. I need to
So
just buy it and stream me playing it. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
that's the thing. It's like I don't know how much are you into video games because now you get good acting in video games. You have Cyberpunk with Kenny Reeves had more lines in that video game than in the last 10 movies put together. I believe, and
Yeah,
it and
yeah.
and he did a great job at that. It's like he has a
Yeah.
great character. But Alien Isolation, I think, is an experience. If you're a horror movie fan, you put a helmet on, you put some VR on, anything you can find, and try it.
I didn't even know it was in VR. That's
It's
probably
the
even
thing.
more scary.
It depends. You can mod it for
Okay.
VR
Okay.
easily, very easily,
Right,
and
right,
it was made for to wear it on your face, to have it in your
right.
face.
Are you
And
excited about the new Alien movie coming out? Are you kind of
yeah, yes and no,
okay?
yes and no, because I watched the trailer, and there is one thing is that it feels like some cliches
Hmm.
keeps being exploited, and I'm not very happy about that.
Gotcha.
And
I guess
but
fingers crossed. Hopefully
but
it's good,
fingers
right?
crossed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched another movie from the same director, the new take on Evil Dead.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
I had fun. I, I had fun. I had fun, and I mean, I thought that okay. Of course, if we think about the first two Evil Dead,
Uh-huh.
that's Bruce Campbell, and it's different. It was Bruce
Right.
Campbell. It was a little bit like of a Jim Carrey of horror movies
Right. Yeah.
in a way, and the whole body language he was bringing
Right.
on, and all the acting, it was
Yeah.
it was so much fun. And
Right.
maybe this movie was lacking an actor or a character like that.
Yes.
But at the
Yes.
same
I
time,
agree. You
yeah,
had a good time.
yeah, in terms of
All right.
horror, it's still
Copy that.
it was still
That's
working.
a perfect answer. I had fun. I love it. I love it. I'm so attached to the old school, but it's all good, man. It's all
Yeah,
good. We got John Bonnie in the house saying hello.
Hello.
Mr. Dottie there. He's been a
Hello, John.
YouTube channel member, badass, for 34
Wow.
months. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, John. You are a legend. Thank you so much, man. But yeah, I'm having a blast talking martial arts and movies. So now, how did you get into the film industry, my friend?
So,
When did you get the bug?
film, if we're talking not about stage or anything like that or theater, if we talk about film, it was here in China. And the very first introduction was made by Tomer Oz, who is in LA right now, I think, if he's still there, and is working in Hollywood movies here and there. And Tomer was working with the Jackie Chan stunt team at that time. And my ex-girlfriend, she was a friend with him, and she was like, they're finding some people to fall around and be stunt guys on a
Yeah,
movie. The movie was Europe Raiders, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym. I have some time now. There we go. So I went to the gym, and we tried out. Han Guanghua, which was the fight choreographer for that movie, was there. So they selected me for to be one of the stunt guys. Director liked my face, and he gave me the opportunity of getting a little bit of face time, which is like 2-3 seconds here and there, and I was lucky with that one. Then there was another introduction instead on the pure acting side, and that was done by some Italian friends of mine who introduced me to a friend, who introduced me to another friend, who pulled me into a group on WeChat where they had announcements for some movies. And they gave me the opportunity on a weekend, because at that time I had a regular job. So I had an opportunity on a weekend to go and shoot the 800, which is a
dude,
very good war movie. And
that movie was
yeah,
like intense. It was
it's an
so good.
intense movie. It's an
Yeah,
intense movie.
I reviewed it on the channel last year. So, how was it
Yeah.
being a part of that grand project?
Oh, it was good, and it was also a unexpected surprise, because I went there as a, let's say, a featured extra. I had to be on this zeppelin as one of the observers of what's happening, and we were around 20 actors there, 20 people. And the director came over, and it was like, the AD came over actually, and was like, okay, you say this sentence, you say this sentence, you say this sentence, and each of us tried the same sentence basically. And then the director was like,
He
okay,
saw
you
your face.
so my face, I said the sentence, and it's like, you uh, okay. And I got another 15 seconds of glory there,
Yeah,
and
yeah. That's awesome.
which was good, because it's a big movie, it's a great movie. So from there, things started to pick up. So both some of the audition and the contacts I would find in the groups, but also the connection that Tomer created gave created more opportunities later on. So I ended up also on Vanguard, where I worked with Tomer. I worked with Brahim, who is a great martial artist and fight choreographer. Is the fight choreographer for Monkey Man. I don't know if you watched that.
It's on the
So
list.
it's
It's on
on
the
the
list.
list.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's on the list for sure.
Brahim is very good. And yeah, things started to pick up.
Yeah,
So more connections, you start
yeah,
creating a network, and then you have more opportunities.
yeah.
And what happens is that indeed I get a mix of work, which is between the martial arts and the acting. Sometimes I have roles that have no action at all, and I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah,
But most of the times, my roles have a mix of both.
right,
I
right.
and I
And you,
prefer that in a way. It's more fun.
yeah, you
But
right, but you appreciate the acting side of it, obviously. Um,
yeah,
did
yeah,
that
of
come
course.
from being on stage? You just mentioned earlier you were a stage
That
actor.
that come from stage. That comes and later on. I also started working with a very good coach over here. It's called Warren Chu. He introduced me to Meissner and Linkslater voice work and everything, and things started to change for me as well. So the tools that he provided me allow me now to get a little bit deeper into the roles. I mean, a lot deeper than I would do before, because before I used my instinct. Yes, I would watch a lot of interviews for people that would be like that for example, I was trying to understand as much as I could to empathize with these people, and then get more deeper into the role. That was my instinct. I still use that approach, but now I have also uh, more tools in terms of fantasy, in
Mm,
terms of imagination, that allow me to, concentrate and get into a certain state much faster
gotcha.
than I could do before. So
Right.
that helped out a lot.
Copy that. And the more you do it, like you said, you study it. The more you do it, it just comes
The more
natural later, right?
the more you practice, the quicker
Yeah.
you get at it.
Nice,
The
nice.
more
But
you, the more
this scene with Jackie Chan in Vanguard was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. I got to show a little behind the scenes clip here. Thanks again for sharing these clips with me. But yeah, everybody watch it. Check this out. This is great.
When I touch, huh?
So 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 how was it? And you did it just like Jackie Chan wanted you to do it.
I'm,
It didn't
I'm
shock.
just
It was hilarious.
I was just there. So yeah, what happened is that what you see is Jackie, and in Chinese is written the teacher, and then in the middle is Han Guanghua. That's the fight choreographer that I met on my first job, and he's the teacher assistant. And then the very serious students there looking at them and trying to pick up what to do. Yeah, the idea was the reactions that had to be done to his, electric baton each
Yeah, yeah.
time would buzz me, because during the fight it buzzes me 3 times. So it wants me first to go, whatever, like do three different kind of shocks.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was there was. Uh,
Almost like Jackie Chan would react that way if he was getting
Yeah, yeah,
shocked.
yeah.
I could
That is
totally
the
see
thing,
that.
of course.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
that's his school of thought as well. It's
Right,
not just the action; it's also how you act certain things.
right.
And yeah, there was a great time we had in. We were in Taiwan when we were shooting that scene. Then we shot some other scenes in London, and then the rest of the crew went also to India, Dubai, and other locations. But yeah, Jackie was great, like as a human being. So always sharing with us, inviting everyone, the whole crew, for dinners, for lotteries that he would
Wow.
do. That was over
Yeah,
Christmas and New Year. So we had a few dinners and lotteries going on.
right. Yeah.
It was, and
That's
in
awesome.
general on set, it was very nice.
And you worked
He,
again with him in Hidden Strike as well. You were on set.
okay,
Uh-oh. Here we go. Let's get the
it's,
real story.
the real story is that is flipped. I worked on Hidden Strike first and then on Vanguard. Hidden Strike has just been delayed terribly.
That's right. That's right.
And we worked on Hidden Strike back in 2018. It
Right.
was summer 2018, I think, when we were doing that. And again, in that movie, I had very little screen time in the end. It's like you can barely see me here and there standing around, not doing nothing. We were supposed to be Paddock's mercenary, have action scenes. Some of us did. Some of us did have a little bit, but some of us didn't do anything at all, because there were a lot of the planned stuff went away because there were storms
Mm.
in the area where we were at the
Yeah.
time. I think we were in Inner Mongolia, so there was, it was a desert, but then there was water pouring down and everything, delays, and many things
Wow.
didn't happen. But
Wow.
so it was after Hidden Strike that then I was called into Vanguard as Blue
Yeah.
Dog.
Were you nervous working with Jackie for the first time?
Yeah, yeah,
But you killed it. You did great,
yeah,
man.
yeah. I was nervous. Okay, tell the truth, I'm never nervous before, but then when he was on set and he was, deciding, improvising certain things and deciding
Yeah.
certain things, of course you get a little bit like. But now it's different. Now I'm like, I'm used to it. I have a lot of projects on my shoulders, and I'm used to it. I'm used to the improvisation stuff, and I'm used to the fact that when a main actor is on set, someone with the weight of
Mm.
Jackie,
Yeah.
things can change. It is not just the director that decides. At that point, some things might change because he has something in mind and he shares it, and it's approved.
There you go.
And then yeah, you have to adapt to that as a fellow actor, and it's fine.
Copy
It's
that.
just that at the beginning you feel tensed because it's Jackie.
I know, right?
It's the,
Well,
it's
here's
the
another.
dream. It's
Yeah,
one of the
right.
dreams coming
It's,
true. It's right there.
it's
You're like,
yeah, it's the dream.
is he
I had a
here? Is he
right.
talking to
Can
me?
I touch him? Is this real? Am I dreaming? Uh,
Yeah,
just
but then
don't pinch him though.
yeah, but it's super friendly. So he asks you some personal questions. He
Nice.
tries to bond with everyone. Is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. When I interviewed Jude Poyer, shout out to him a while back. He was talking about his experience working with Jackie and Samo, and he was just kind of like, once you get over the oh my god, I'm working with these guys. It's all professional, and then they're just like regular guys. They're very professional and very nice. So
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
I'm talking about Samuel right now. Tomorrow, I'm going back to shoot with Jimmy Hong with his son.
All right, all
I'm shooting
right,
something with his son.
all right.
Sure, I'm doing something funny with his son.
Okay, okay. I was going to ask you, do you see yourself doing, a lot of future projects in the realm of the comedy genre? You can do a lot of comedy. Do you see yourself doing that? It comes natural.
I I wish I could do more of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, this might be the
Yeah.
start. This might be the start. You
Yeah.
never know.
In this one, I'm still kind of a bad guy, but it looks and it feels very funny. I'm in a
Yeah.
full-on BDSM outfit.
Oh, wow. I got to watch this now. That's it. I have to see this.
I don't know when it's gonna come out. It might take
Okay.
1 or 2
Okay.
years as usual, but when it will be out,
Okay.
you'll see.
Keep me in the loop. Keep me in the
You will
loop,
see.
brother. This is going to be wild.
It's gonna be
Um,
hilarious. Yes.
how was it working with Donnie in Yip Man 4?
Oh, that was for me. That one is another one where I had an extra role. So it
Right.
wasn't. I was on the side. We were just being the pupils of the karate bad
Right.
guy. At that time was
Scott Atkins
no, no,
was,
no, no,
was the
no.
leader of the.
The one under Scott Atkins, the second bad guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That's sad. I know what you're talking about.
Anyways, we were
Yeah.
the pupils, so we were around during the karate demonstrations, during the Bruce Lee demonstration, and stuff like that. And what I had the privilege to still do was at that time was still a little bit the beginning for me. So we were just by the side, and we could see the whole choreo of the fight between him and Donnie, and
Right.
between the other Chinese martial arts teachers and him. So we were there during this whole process,
Yeah.
and we didn't really get to talk
Right.
or really work together in that sense, but I was watching him work,
Yeah, but still, you're
which
a
is a
part of.
privilege.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
You're
just a
still
privilege.
part of the project. You're still there learning and being a part of it. It's
Yes.
still cool.
So yeah, so the difference between him and maybe let's say Jackie or things like this is that Donnie is most of the times very serious. At least during that time, was very serious. Very focused on what had to be done, and also very calm in his way of delivering feedback.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
would say both positive and constructive feedback, which is important.
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, because this is one of the things at least in this industry. I don't know much about the industry outside of China, but I know that in China the feedback can be very harsh and very direct.
Right.
So because especially the people in the action teams, they tend to be very
Mm.
tough
Yeah.
over here, and
Copy that.
there's no such thing. There's no room to politeness,
Right.
I would say sometimes, and
Gotcha.
if you are okay with it and if you understand that that is just a way of talking, you're
Mhm.
fine. Some people might not take it that
Right.
sweetly, so it depends
Right.
on how you
It
take it.
it is what it is. That's just how
It
it
is
is,
what it
man.
is,
That's
and
it.
it's
Yeah.
just a way of communicating. But Donnie instead is super
Yeah.
calm and
Right. Right. I would love to see. I would love to see you work with Donnie on a project in the future for sure. I would love to see that. Oh, I think we got a little. There we go. Am I back now? We had a little bit of technical difficulties
Sorry.
there. Oh, it's all good. Yeah, I would. Again, if you didn't hear me the first time, I would love to see you in a Donnie Yen project in the future. I would love to see you have a fight scene with him. That'd be so epic.
And I replied, I love to see myself doing that as well.
Copy that. Copy that. We have a horror question right here, Mr. Dati. Have you ever thought about trying your hand at any kind of slasher type films if you haven't already?
I want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to. Yeah, I had an experience. The final result might have not been exactly what I thought, but yeah, it's a horror movie called the Invasion of the Killer Bees.
Yeah.
That's it. So I
Not,
had a
not
little, I had a little go at horror as well, and
okay.
yeah,
Because I got it. I got it set in my queue to watch it on Tubi. Because I love creature features, man. Look at this
yeah.
guy. Look at this stud.
Look at this guy.
Look at the face.
I
Look
was a
at the
young man.
face.
I was a young man then.
I mean, look at this. We got bow and arrow, guns. I mean, are you leading the crew in this movie?
She has bow and arrow.
Yeah, on the side. Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not. The guy that is on my left is the main hero
Okay.
in this movie. I'm just
Right.
being the tough guy who is in love with the girl and everything and wants to marry her, and I will do anything for her, and I would also betray everyone for her.
It's fun.
Very romantic. Very romantic.
In a romantic film, I see. Yeah.
I'll kill for you. Yeah.
That's
So
it. That's it. Well, I'm still gonna watch it. I'm still gonna check it out because I like creature feature type movies. So.
please let me know what you think about it.
Yeah. It looks like it'll be fun. But man, we just mentioned Jackie Chan. We just mentioned Donnie Yen. Oh, Chris Collins. Shout out to Chris Collins. That
Chris
was
Collins.
who was the
Yes,
second to Scott Adkins. Yeah. Shout out to
Yes.
him. He's another amazing martial artist.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one right here, Vincent Zhao, son.
Vincent.
What?
Yeah,
What is going on?
there was
another legend.
Yeah, there was a great opportunity that came in COVID times. Actually, and many of these things were shot up, apart from Vanguard and everything. If you think about this movie, was also shot in COVID times. We shot it in Yunnan, and I was shooting VR Fighter when the casting director video called me on my phone, and it was like, "Mr. Zhao is here and would like to talk to you." In that specific moment, I was having my day break. It's like it was not day break. It's like it was a non-shooting day, so I was on the beach in Chinao, and I was like, "All right, let's talk here." And he interviewed me. We had a nice conversation. He wanted to know what I did in my life, why I was in China, why I decided to come over here, and my background, etc. And he liked me, and he decided to give me this big opportunity, because this is like second main lead, main villain kind of role. It was an interesting, well written role that had changes that comes from being a strong man to becoming a man with a lot of weaknesses, because it's traumatized by an explosion, so therefore PTSD, TBI, etc., and then becomes kind of a bad guy towards the end.
Copy that.
And it was a great opportunity. It was very nice to work with Vincent. It was a small team. It was a small crew. We shot this in around 20 to 30 days. So it was very quick. And the whole crew was as sweet as Vincent. A lot of nice people. And yeah, I miss them. It was a very nice,
Look at these guys. Look at these
Yeah.
legends right here. How cool.
yeah. It was a very nice
Vincent's so
opportunity
good.
and experience.
Amazing. Well, we're going to give everybody watching a little taste. And I believe it's called Counterattack. as well, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So everybody watching right now, let's take a look at our man Diego in action with old Vincent Zhao.
Let's go.
Hold on to your butts. Woo! Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, there's a
My
little
hand,
bit more. There's some more. There's some more to that fight, but
yeah,
intense. Love it. So good.
my hands are sweaty. My hands are getting sweaty just thinking about it.
So good. That was phenomenal, man. That was intense.
It
So good.
was
How long did it take to put that fight with you and Vincent together?
like 1 day and a half. We
Wow.
had to do that super quick. But okay, on one side, I gotta say that I prepared the choreo with the guys, with the stunt guys, for 2 or 3 days, and that helped because, of course, then you go on set and you already have the main things on, and then it's everything else
Gotcha.
that maybe is improvised or whatever or changed on the spot. But that helps a lot, and I think is a fundamental technique because you save money, you save time, and it's great to do that, to rehearse certain things. It's not like it has to be exactly that way, but even if it's 50% pre-planned and 50% improvised, I think it's a little bit more efficient.
Copy
But
that.
yeah, there was one day
So
and a
good.
half more or less, and there was some acting to add on to it as well before and after that scene. So the whole thing was shot in 2 days,
Wow.
and it was quick. That one
Wow.
is quick.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal. See, that's
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. That the fight choreography, the way it's filmed, the way it's edited. You have two legends going at it like that. It's just like it's what brings us to the dance as fans. We're just like, we got to see more of this. Like, this is phenomenal. I mean, look at this. You got John here saying badass. Yeah, he enjoyed what he saw. That's right. That's right. Oh, perfect question. Have you ever thought or tried to work with Joe Taslim?
I haven't tried, and
Soon.
I haven't had the opportunity. Yeah, I wish, of course. I
Yeah.
mean, he's one of the modern heroes for me. We're talking about the raid. We're talking about the night comes for us.
Yeah.
That there is again. It's like we're going a little bit more gore
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
action.
Borderline horror in that movie.
Borderline. It's borderline action horror. I would say
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love.
Yeah.
I love Joe, and I thought he was also great as a Sub-Zero. I loved him as a Sub-Zero,
Yeah.
and yeah,
He's
I
he's
hope.
he's he's never not good.
Yeah, yeah,
Joe,
yeah.
Joe.
I want to see more of him. Actually,
Yeah.
I want to see more of him.
We're gonna make it happen. Everybody watching.
Yeah,
Spread this out.
spread this out. Spread
Spread
it
it
out.
up. Diego versus Joe Taslim. Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
why
Make
not?
it happen. Get him out there. Yeah. But yeah, man, phenomenal fight with Vincent. So good. And again, everybody watching, I put a link down below. You go straight to Counterattack and check out the film there. Click on that link. But VR fighter, man, this was wild.
This is
AKA one more shot. But
yeah.
man, wild. And again, you're just on a roll, brother. Working with legend after legend after legend, having amazing fights with these guys now. I mean, this is like insane. And were you just having a blast playing this character?
Yes, I had a lot of fun. I love the director. The director is very young. It's very very young. We're talking around the 20 years old stuff. So it's 20, 30 years old. And the action director is Tang Hu, who choreographed this. And we did that. I had no pre rehearsal for the fight scenes. We did everything in around 2 days, more or less.
Wow.
Although the first day was very, very tough because the first day we shot for around 17 hours. And I also, there was an accident during the fight scene, and I got
Mm.
a camera with the cameraman hanging on a wire, so swinging at me, a heavy cameraman, not a skinny guy, right in my face.
Wow.
So I ended up with a ginormous bump over here, and no head trauma, so no dizziness, no
Okay.
vomiting or anything like
That's
that.
good.
So I was fine. But I had to work out with ice and cream the whole night to flatten my head again for the following day, because it was just yeah,
Right.
it was just
You had an alien coming
I
out.
had an alien popping out of my head. So I was flattening it and then putting ice and then flattening with cream and stuff, and it worked. It
Wow.
worked. The following day, we continued the shooting, and everything went fine. So,
Wow. But
but
this was all of the action in this movie is wild. You guys
it's
check it out.
wild.
It's on Amazon Prime. It might actually be on Tubi, but check it out for sure. But this again, you're bringing Samurai Guy to the dance. Okay, I'm like, I have to watch. I saw the trailer a long time ago. I think I did a trailer reaction to it like way back. And I was just like, I have to watch this. And here's a little taste, everybody watching, of your man Diego, son, boxing it up with Ricky O himself. That's right. That's right. Lewis fan. Dude, I got to do this now. I'm doing this. I'm doing this to Diego. Dude, I'm like, dude, that was like some crazy Fist of the North Star, close quarters, crazy combinations. It was like
It's
mind blowing, man.
no, oh, you make me think of one of the reasons why I'm into martial arts, Fist of the North Star, man. I was reading the manga when I was a baby. I was a baby when those cartoons were coming out. Yeah, that was a good fight, and I enjoyed. And also, Luis has actual power, so we were both using a little power in there. you
I
know,
saw that. Yeah.
that's one of the things. Is like there's also different schools of thought, and some choreographers work in a different way. Some actors work in a different way. But with some actors, you cannot use any power. You have to be very good at controlling and like stopping it right
Right. Right.
right there and everything. And some people prefer to have a little bit. I myself sometimes prefer like that they hit me a little bit so that my reaction can be a little bit more true. Also because I'm used to being hit, so it's not a big
Yeah.
deal. It's like
Yeah.
punch me here. I want to feel it a little bit. It
Mhm.
makes it easier for me to react.
Yeah.
And and in some cases you can't do that. It could be it's a female actress that you're fighting with. It could be someone older than you. It could be someone that doesn't like being hit or doesn't like that impact. So it really depends. And
Right.
one basic thing is that you want to make it comfortable for the other person when you're doing the action scene. So you don't want to make the other person awkward. You want to make them feel good while they're doing what they're doing. And in this case, let's say both me and him liked to use a little power here and there,
Yeah.
feel a little power, and that comes out, I think.
You can
In,
see it,
in
man. You guys were going at it. I mean,
uh,
I love the little details here and there where you stab him with the knife and then it breaks off into the side of the elevator and then he grabs you and tries to put your head in it. So
yeah,
much creativity in those little small close quarters fight. In a way, you have your Danny of the Dog moment.
yeah,
You have your
yes,
close quarters fight.
close quarters, like the
Yeah.
toilet fight and then the dog, yes,
Yeah, there you
which I
go.
love.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
how they shot this was pretty smart. So the elevator was, you could open one of the sides, but it was still small. It was
Yeah,
still
yeah.
an actual small environment. So they would open one side so the cameraman could work around in there. Sometimes we would bump in the camera. It's like it was
Right,
hard because it was a very small enclosed space.
right,
And there was also an opening from the top. When you see the big, like you seen at the beginning, is from the top.
right, right.
You didn't use the part before that, which is when we're falling in the elevator
Yeah,
backwards and standing up. That's when I got my camera in the face. But that's because the cameraman is hanged
yeah.
and is following us when we're running towards the elevator, and then is pulled up when we get into the elevator.
Gotcha. Right. Okay.
And so he's pulled up and we stand up and continue. So there was
Right,
a coordination mistake there. And I stood up a little bit and my face went up a little earlier and before
right.
I got hit. But there was a great sequence overall.
So good.
And
So
yeah.
good. Look at John goes, love how you can feel the impact of those hits. So there you go. There you go, man. Yeah, nailed it.
Because there was some.
Yeah, nailed it. See, Diego, I have adopted him. He's my brother. He's my brother now. He's in the family now because he said he's a big, huge fan of Fist of the North Star. So we're like martial arts movies. We're on the same page. Unleashed, Danny the Dog, horror
Yeah,
movies, and Fist of the North Star. Come on,
Fist of the North Star,
you
man.
are now my brother.
I actually wait for your suggestions on any anime version that does justice to the manga because I haven't found any yet. I would love to see one,
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a
I'm
big.
stunned we haven't had with all the special effects and technology and what they could do now. You see what they did with the Rurouni Kenshin movies, right? I'm really surprised we haven't had Fist of the North Star movie or series in live action with today. Like it's very strange. Is it too violent? You can't put it on screen, or I mean, I still think they can do it.
I don't think it's about the violence. I think it's about if you want to follow that story, it wouldn't be that modern.
Mm,
Maybe,
mm,
maybe because it is a
right,
little bit of a of a knight, and she's kind of a damsel in distress.
right.
It is a little maybe old as
Mm.
unless they change something about that.
You can tweak a little bit,
They
but
tweak it a little
but
bit,
as long as the spirit's there, the fights are there, put you in the movie,
and
we'll be all
right,
right.
yeah, just even just like getting
Yeah. You are already dead.
you're already there.
Boom!
Boom.
Explosion. Love it.
We would be creative with the kills so many times. There'll be
Oh, I
so
know.
many creative
Right?
ones.
It'd be so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody out there make a freaking movie, a
yeah.
recent movie.
Please,
Please. Come on.
please.
Live action anime is like not all of it's great, but it's still like you see more of it now in the mainstream. Like
Yeah,
City Hunter just came out. Fist of the North Star. Let's go.
I haven't watched the new City Hunter yet. I will.
Did did you play the most recent Fist of the North Star game that came out a while
No,
back?
no, the game I haven't played. No.
That's you will love the game.
Okay,
You will
okay.
love the game. It does
I'll
the
check it
anime
out.
justice. Yeah, yeah, for
I'll
sure.
check it out.
Yeah. But now we're going to war. We're going to war now. The battle at Lake. Let me say it right.
Ch-
I'll have you say it.
okay, the Battle at Lake Changjin.
There you go. It's natural.
Changjin-hu.
Yeah, man. How did you get again? You're in war in a war film. How did you get
So,
this project?
very very easy, barely an inconvenience. It was it was just a very straightforward line between Wolfpack and this one because it's the same action choreographer who was doing that scene. So let's say that I did work with different agents, but the recommendation, the internal recommendation, and let's say the confidence in hiring me for that project was surely coming from the team because I just spent 2-3 months with them in Xinjiang shooting Wolfpack, and right after that they went directly to Hebei, a northern region which was freezing at that time. They when we were shooting in Xinjiang Wolfpack, it was minus 27, minus 30 max Celsius.
Wow.
And when they went to Hebei, they were a minus 37 some days, and it was super slow. Anyways, the guys they were already telling me, "Oh, we see you in the in the list of people. We see your name. So when are you coming? Blah blah blah." And then yeah, then when I went there, the weather was already better. But yeah, because
Perfect.
we had the scene
Yeah.
with Wu Jing and everything, and
Yeah.
Wu Jing again was super friendly, very very friendly, very playful person.
All right. All
So
right.
smiling and talking to
Yeah.
us, and moving
Yeah.
around with us, kidding. So very playful during the shooting, super strict, super serious.
Right. Right.
Also, it will also become very commanding sometimes towards the rest of the crew and everything. Because they need to get things done quickly.
Exactly.
So the main actors, they were shooting with 3 different crews because that movie has been done by 3 directors, and for each director you would have, I don't know if it's just one action team or an action director or more for each of
Yeah.
those directors, probably. So it
Wow.
was like three big teams. Anyways, this is the biggest production ever made in China, and it is also the highest grossing movie of all time in China.
Wow. Amazing.
So there was another big opportunity.
Copy that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show a little clip, not all of the fight. You guys have to watch this movie, okay, to see everything. But just a little snippet of this fight. Now, what's interesting about this fight? I mean, so far, every single main fight you've been in, has just been amazing. The knife fight with Vincent Zhao. We're leading up to Max Zane in a second. We're going to get there with Wolfpack, and of course the elevator fight with Lewis.
Mhm.
And every single fight is intense and it's different and unique that you've been in so far that I've seen.
Mhm.
And this fight here is unique because it's just chaos. It's literally, it feels like I was frustrated watching this fight. Not because it was bad or anything, it was amazing. But I was frustrated because you feel like you can't move because our protagonists are, you guys are holding them. So they're like trying to move and fight for their life, but they're being punched and attacked and held on all sides. And I'm just like, as a viewer, I'm like, like, because
I know.
but
Let,
it feels realistic though.
let me just say before watching it, what was the thinking
Okay.
that led to this fight? So when we went there, it's like Wujin also was like, "Oh, we could do a little, whatever."
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it would be amazing. But what happens is like, no, the action director again, Diego, which is again 66 years old, he knows, and is very experienced as an actor, as a director, as an action director, as everything. His CV is like so long, but his thinking was right. It's like, you guys have knives and rifles and guns.
Right.
And indeed, this is the only hand-to-hand fights that there is in the movie.
Right.
The whole movie is usually, long range shooting, tanks, airplanes, whatever it is. It was a war movie. How do you do a hand-to-hand combat in a situation like this? You enter into a room, okay, it's close range, so it becomes some sort of CQC. And what do we do with the weapons? You're gonna be tangled, because that's the only way not to use the weapons, or to make it very difficult for you to use them, because then you see them being used at a certain point, right, here and there.
Right. Yeah.
But we have to make it very difficult, otherwise we cannot do this.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing that adds to the chaos, let's see if you guys noticed, and then I will explain later, since you're gonna show some, right?
I'm going to show, hopefully you'll talk about it. If you don't see it here now, I couldn't show all of it, but he'll talk about it. But yeah, check this out, guys. This is just nuts. So good. So good.
So did you notice that we're covered in something?
Yeah, is that like mud? What is that? I think we had a little glitch there. Hold on, Diego. We'll wait till you come back. I hope you guys felt the frustration too with that fight. Like you just can't, you can't move. Are you there? Okay. All right, go ahead.
So
I got your back now. Go ahead.
we go into this room with the director, and the director notices that there is all these jars of soy sauce above. There's like a little ceiling, let's say, a little second floor
Right.
with all these jars of soy sauce. And it's like, we gotta do something with that. And he decides that at the beginning of the scene, one of the rifle, if you notice, the guy is shooting, boom, 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 and he shoots
Right.
up.
Yeah.
And basically, that is breaking the jars. And we are getting showered in soy sauce at the
Wow.
beginning of each take. And it's still cold, it's still winter, and it smells, and it's like it has also some beans inside,
Yeah.
right? So before the take, it would be jiang, which means sauce. So the guys from above would be squeezing soy sauce and let it, fall on us from above.
Yeah.
And then 3, 2, 1, action. And we will start the action. And Osvaldo, one of the guys that is one of the actors that is holding the other main character,
Yeah.
he gets punched in the face because they cannot see anything. The main actor is like literally in one of the scenes, he has all the soy sauce in his eyes, cannot see anything, and they have to, brawl. And they just
Right.
got punched in the nose in the
Oh,
middle of the scene because accident again, nothing
yeah.
serious. But yeah, there was the thing. So you might think it's blood or whatever. No, it's soy sauce.
Wow.
It's a
Wow.
lot of soy sauce.
Wow. I thought it was mud at first, but I need to see the whole movie. I gotta definitely check this out.
It's very hard
I'm
to
gonna buy
see.
this on Blu-ray. I'm gonna buy this on Blu-ray for
Okay.
sure. I'm
Okay,
gonna buy it.
it's 2 movies, huh? It's he has a follow us as
Right.
so
That's right. There's another.
yeah.
That's right. There's another one. Look at John goes, dude. That was his response to the fight. Yes, it's frustratingly sticky fight. It's even more frustrating once you see the context
Yeah,
of
yeah.
another character, another soldier. He can't pull the trigger, and it makes it even more frustrating. But it feels real. It feels
Yeah.
real. So it's so good. Well done to the team. Well done to you, Jackie, Mr. Jackie Wu Jing.
Jing, yes.
Yeah. I still call him Jackie Wu.
Yes.
The old SPL days, I still
I
call him
know.
Jackie. But yeah, just phenomenal. But yeah, I'm gonna buy both of those movies on Blu-ray for sure, man. So good. Well done, my friend. Yeah, we're gonna keep rocking and rolling here. We're almost to the end. We're gonna get to that Wolfpack son. But
Sure.
let's segue a little bit from action and boom, talk about The Great Illusionist 2 here.
This was so funny thing. Again, this is the one of the 2 directors is the director from VR Fighter. So he called me and the producer knew me, so they called me in again to do a more comedic role on this one. And
Yeah.
there's basically I have no action. I just fly in the end, and I get transformed into a pig. And
I was not expecting you to say that right now. That's hilarious. It's great.
spoiler alert! Sorry for that. Sorry for the
No,
spoiler.
that actually makes me want to watch the movie even more now.
So yeah, this is the very starting scene, and they wanted me for that scene. So it's a comedic part, and then I'm just being a drunk robber coming in, and they decided to call me Diego in the movie as well.
All right. Yeah.
Like, we're just gonna use your real name, okay?
Yeah.
I'm good with that. And
I
but
gotta
the
check
thing
it
is
out.
that who you see sitting there is another of the
Yeah.
great action stars and
Yeah.
villains
Yeah.
from the 90s. Yes.
Fist of Legend. That's
Yes.
right. Mr. Vampire. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's another legend, that guy, for sure. But yeah, I had to bring that up. I'm so glad I brought that up because now we get the pig story. So now I gotta watch it even more. But let's go to some drama here. Wolf hiding. Let's talk about your character for this film. Oh, can't hear you. Your mic went out there for a second.
What about now?
There you go. You're
Is
good.
it working?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably bumped into the cable.
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
It's out again.
No.
Me? You hear me?
Yeah, you're good now.
I mean, my mic is the signal is fine, so might be something with the connection.
Yeah, it's all right. Keep going.
But Carlos is a cartel boss, and I'm trafficking in humans. So I'm trafficking in organs and doing prostitution,
Wow.
and I'm a rapist. I'm a horrible man in this one.
Look at this guy.
So
Look at this guy right here.
this is the worst me you will ever get to see.
Oh my goodness. Style
Sleazy,
the
yeah.
worst villain ever, worst person ever, but
And,
styling
and
and profiling at the same time, actually.
I had a lot of fun doing this. I had a lot of fun doing this.
I've heard this as many guests I've had here on the podcast. They all enjoy playing villains more than the hero. It's just more fun to play the bad
It
guy.
can be a lot of fun. Yeah. I mean, of course, because you get to do things you would never do.
Yeah,
Right? Because you basically a good human being, but then you get to do the things that
right,
you can only imagine in your worst thoughts, you
right.
know.
Yeah,
And even if you have those thoughts, you might want to see a doctor. But yeah, but it, but you're gonna work on these fantasies, so
yeah, yeah.
you're gonna generate the fantasies to get into
Right. Yeah.
such this kind of role.
Yeah, you
So
want
you're gonna
to
work for
still
that.
give a great performance. Is there action and fighting in this too, or is this more drama thriller?
Truth is that I did have a feature fight on this one, but it's not in the movie. So
Ah, boo.
sad
That's it.
news. Boo.
They're fired.
It becomes a very short. It becomes a very short 2 3 moves and finishes there.
Ah,
And it reason being apparently that the focus was on drama, and the quickness of the cut is
okay.
very different from what we expected. So the
Right.
if you see the cut of the movie is very snappy in the
Okay.
part where I might have had that when I have, let's say, a fight, you can see something, but it's super short, too short. So
Gotcha.
there was more. There was more that
Ah.
didn't end up in the final cut, and
Hmm.
that's too sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Stop doing that. Give Diego more time.
Give us the time. Give us the time. But the acting parts are all there, and I'm happy
Yeah,
about that
that's
because
good.
there's some good dialogues. So that's some good scenes. So
Nice, nice.
yeah.
Copy that. Well, now we have arrived, baby. Wolfpack, son. That's right. We have arrived. Another legend. Max Zhang is in this. And of course, what? What? You know I had to go out and buy the Blu-ray, represent, support my man Diego here. And you guys can buy this. It's from Well Go USA. You can get it on Amazon Prime, as well as watching it on the Hi-Yah channel, which is a phenomenal channel. Make sure you guys check that out as well. But brother, this was my introduction to you. I was like, who is this guy?
Who's this guy?
I was like, this dude, because I mean, you were so good as this villain, who had his own personal beliefs. And always some of the best villains are the ones that believe what they're doing is right. You know what I mean?
Definitely, you
Yeah.
doing what is right. Yeah, I didn't have
Yeah.
a doubt about that. I did not have any doubts.
Yeah, but it's like the most interesting villains. That's the way I should worded it. Is the ones that they think they're right. They don't they
Okay.
see themselves as the hero in a way. And
Yeah.
this you were so good in this role, and every scene you were in, man, you were stealing the scenes. You were the scene stealer, Diego scene stealer Dati.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that.
Sorry, Max.
Sorry.
No, but I mean, it was so good because I on first glance, I was like, oh shit, Max Zane's in this. This is a purchase, this is a must watch because he's so good. But man, I'm telling you, every scene you were in, I was like, dude, I gotta keep my eyes open and watch this dude, man. Every time he's on screen, I like this is phenomenal. Who is this guy? I gotta look this guy up. I gotta reach out to this guy. Maybe he'll be on the podcast.
There we go.
But yeah, there you
we
go. It's a huge honor to have you here, man. But yeah, I would really enjoyed your character. What did you bring to this character? Did you have any inspirations or motivations for this character here?
Yeah, definitely. This is my territory. This is my family, and I'm trying to protect everything that is mine over here.
Yeah.
and to do so, I'm gonna have to do this job.
Yeah.
So it's very simple. It's very simple.
Yeah. So good. So
Mhm.
good. And action sequences are good. Fights are good. And of course, every great action movie has to save the best fight for last. We're going to show a little bit of that at the end of the stream here. But sometimes I hate that when they blow the best fight in the beginning of the movie. It's just like, oh my god, that was like the opening amazing action sequences. This is amazing. This movie's going to be amazing. And then after that, it's just like average. Like
Going,
it's like,
yeah,
dude,
right.
you blew your load. But yeah, all the best. Even going back to old classic kung fu movies, they always save the best fight for last. Why? To reward the audience. And before we show that fight, and we're gonna do a little fight reaction video style to it. And I can't wait to hear your behind the scenes and how you and Max put that fight together. But we had some again. There's other great action scenes in this film. A really cool, awesome vehicle chase. Camera work so good, which leads to you guys on top of the roof, which leads to this stunt right here. And I got to show a little bit of the behind the scenes here. We got two little clips, and thank you for sharing me these behind the scenes. But yeah, and then we could talk about it. But yeah, let's take a look at the first one here. Man.
So the thing with this one is that the action director, 66 years old, tried it himself apparently the day before. This is what we've been told, to make sure that it was safe. If the wire broke, we wouldn't be safe. I know that because we tried last 3 meters of the thing with a final roll,
Man.
and you pick up speed so fast, so you need the wire to secure you and slow down
Right.
the descent. And there's two teams, and that's why I shared with you another video where you can see, the two teams. One team is pulling the camera. If you see, the camera is on a rail, and one team is securing us, making our descent a little bit slower
Right.
than it should be, but it's still fast. From this perspective, it doesn't look that fast, but when you see in the movie, it's not speed up. There is the actual
Really?
speed. No, there's no speed up.
Wow.
There is no speed up. You can feel it you can see from the punches. You can see from
Right.
what is happening there.
Right.
That's real speed, and
Amazing.
that's how it is from there.
Yeah.
It's very,
Wow.
the angle is steep. From this perspective you're seeing, it doesn't look that steep, but from the camera you can see it's steep.
Man.
And if the cable breaks or anything like that, you're done.
Wow.
Most probably you get very hurt.
Man.
We had to wear some protections all over, and try not to touch with bare hands on the floor, because everything was burning. So our clothes were burning, and we had to change them after 2-3 takes.
Wow.
We did it pretty quickly, so I think we didn't change anything. Actually, we didn't have to, but we had to change for the following scenes because the clothes were burned.
Right. Man. You had your Jackie Chan moment.
we had let's say a tribute.
A tribute.
It's a tribute.
Yeah. Let's check out the other clip here.
Persone che tirano il cavo, torretta, il cavo arriva fino a lì, e poi fin lì, e poi scendono.
So
Wow.
those were the stunt guys. They were trying the scene, and it was for the coordination between the wire guys,
Yeah.
because they had to coordinate for the camera and the descent and the
Wow.
speed of descent. So yeah,
Yeah, John's blown away by by the stunt there. It's like, what?
that
Yeah.
requires
Well
a
done.
lot. That requires a lot of effort and planning. I mean,
Man.
you seen the cranes. Those cranes are gigantic.
Yeah, yeah,
Just to pull that
yeah,
off. Yeah.
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 Well, I'm glad there was no injuries and
Uh-oh.
safety first. Safety
Everything
first.
okay? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, great part of the film. Intense, adds a little more excitement there.
Yes,
A
it
little
does.
bit add that little spice there. Excitement spice. Yeah,
And we
man.
had a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How was it working with Max?
Oh, it was great. Super humble, and it was really, he had that kind of approach as well to make it very enjoyable for me as well to do the fight scene with him. So yeah, it was great to work with him,
Copy that.
and very, very also very fast at picking up anything. I mean, he has a martial art background, so he
Right.
is very quick at doing this. Is very good. His body mechanics is great. We were having a little bit of a tough time because again we were shooting this outside. Sometimes it was snowing. We were minus 27 Celsius. It was very tough.
Man.
It was a very tough shooting because it's all at night.
Right.
So
Well,
it's
let's
very
take a look at it. Let's take a
yep.
look at it, and then we can continue having some fun here. Here's some of the end finale fight here. Let's go ahead and check it out with my man here. And man, again, my favorite fight of the film is definitely this one right here. But let's go ahead and talk about it. How long did it take for you guys to do this one?
Oh, this one took longer. This one took around 7 days to shoot. It was more complicated. Again, the weather was not helping at all, and being a cinema movie, there are like many more considerations to do in terms of light and everything.
Yeah.
So,
Oof, look at that. So good. And props to the director filming it in such a cinematic way. But man, you guys are going at it.
yeah.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Look at the speed. What? Look at you guys go, man. Look at this. Look at that. Man. So did you and Max put this fight together?
No. This was put together by the action team.
Okay.
So on this one, I won't take any credits if not from in terms of maybe style of my movement here and
Yeah.
there. They know that I do Kali, so of course they were designing things to be a little bit
Nice.
smaller, and
They implemented that into the choreography.
of course they could. Good action teams, they look at you, they know what you can do, and they implement what you can do into the movie, into the
So
scene.
good. Were there any close calls? Any close calls or moments in this fight?
How do you mean?
Like, as you guys are getting with those blades.
Oh, no, it's all fine.
Nice.
It's all good.
Ooh, elbow. Nice, love it. This fall right here, is this really you?
Comes this one coming? No, this one
Okay.
coming right after this?
Yeah.
No, I
Oh,
won't take any credit for this fall. That is not me. And the reason being is that they cannot even risk me getting injured because I have other scenes to do.
gotcha.
So for falls like this, they use a stunt guy. There's a stunt guy because that was around 5 to 6 meters. The
Yeah.
guy had to hit with his legs and his hip into that second metal bars in there.
Yeah.
He's actually taking a hit. That is not an easy fall, and that is not a fall that I would try to do in the gym first, padded
Right.
and everything, sure,
Gotcha.
and
Yeah.
then maybe try it on sets, but I wouldn't improvise it on set like that because I am not that trained into those kind of falls. I'm
Gotcha.
okay with normal flip falls and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Look
that
at
one,
this. Look at this.
that is,
Oh.
yep, that
Oh.
one, boom, boom.
Oh. I'm just gonna keep playing it.
I know. Ouch.
One more time. One more time.
One more
Oh.
time. Boom, boom.
But yeah, this was so good, man.
Yeah. So when there is and this is usually happens with any main actor in general over here as well. Um, when there is a scene like this, and when there is an actor that has other scenes, and there are falls like that to be taken,
Yeah,
usually there is someone else doing the falls.
gotcha.
There is someone else taking that because it's risky. You
Right,
cannot. The
right.
guy who took this fall was he walked out of it, but he walked out a little bit like it was
Yeah,
okay. After 1 or 2 days, it was fine,
yeah.
but it was still a very hard hit. So
Copy
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing some of your behind the scenes on the making of that fight. But now we're gonna watch it in real time, so we can hear the hits and the swipes and all that for everybody watching before we wrap it up for today. Let's take a look at it one more time, and of course, we got to see the fall at the end. Shout out to that stunt guy. He's
Shout out
he's
to
a
Stan.
man. He is
He
the
is the man.
man. Here we go. One more time, baby. Yes. Yes. Hey. Ho. What? What? That fight scratched the action itch, baby. Oh, yeah. So good. So good. And make sure everybody watching, make sure you buy a copy or watch it on Hi-Yah if you want to see the fight uncut in its entirety and see all the other action, phenomenal action scenes that are in Wolfpack. Here we go. That's right. John knows what's up. This is what's missing from action films today. We need more of this. There you go. Yeah, man. See, you're doing it right, my friend. Diego, you're kicking ass, taking names, and doing it right. And then, we can't wait to see, over here at the Movie Dojo Army that supports you, brother. We can't wait to see what you do next, what you got coming up next. Are you allowed to talk about what's coming up next yet or not yet?
I can talk about something, but I cannot show anything, of course. So yeah, there have been quite a few TV series, and two of which recently have some. They could be pretty nice fight scenes. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to see the final edit of those. And one I'm working with Jimmy Hong right now. So son of
Right. Yeah.
Samo.
Yeah.
Very nice director, very nice guy. And that's going to be a funny action scene, I believe. It's
Nice.
going to be
Perfect.
very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then there is something in terms of less action, more on the acting side. There's a long TV series coming on the same topic as the Battle of Lake Changjin. Same production house, Bonna. It's called the Battle of Triangle Hill. And that's a long TV series where I have a main villain role, but
Ooh.
I won't
Right.
be a complete villain. I would say I have
Okay.
principles. I follow some kind of bushido, and I love that. I
Okay.
love that I had the opportunity to play that, and there were
Awesome.
many interesting scenes and interesting parts in that role
Okay.
that I'm looking forward to see. I haven't seen it yet, so
Nice.
again, that's something that is coming out soon. And yeah, that's about it.
I see another. You play Commander Bale here.
Commander Bale.
And
That's the one.
right. And that project I see some familiar faces in there. You got the Das brothers in there. Shout out to Andrew and Stephen Das
Oh,
are in the
Andrews.
credits. I've had them on the channel a couple of times too.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
yeah, that's cool. You got to get to work with the Das brothers, man.
That's
But yeah, phenomenal stuff, phenomenal work. Again, can't wait to see what you bring to the dance next, man. You're doing such a great job, brother. And we really appreciate and what you do. We appreciate and support what you do, my friend. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
So,
Thanks a
for
lot. I'll
future
continue.
projects, yeah. For future projects, it's your second home now, brother. Come
Okay.
on back.
And we'll
Come on back.
share.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Whether
That's
it's
all.
horror movie related, yeah, or martial arts or drama. Hey, we talk about it all here. But before we wrap it up, one final thing. Is there anything you'd like to say to your followers?
Oh, what would I like to say to my followers? Well, guys, stay healthy, continue training, and you know, if you love action, if you love this kind of things, make your own, do your own, write your own, and make sure that you find the right people to work together with, because being with the right team is the main thing that will make things happen, and that's what it was for me. It's like surrounding myself with the right people.
Awesome.
They helped me a
Awesome.
lot. Yeah.
Copy that. Well said. Well said. All right, guys. Everybody watching, thanks again. Don't forget to like, share this video. That's right. Subscribe to the Old Samurai Guy if you're new here. Click on all of the awesome links below so you can follow my man over here, my new brother now, my Fish to the North Star brother. You can continue following Diego. Yeah. That's right. There you go. What? Continue to follow his filmmaking career. That's right. And music career. That's right. Crank it up to 11 when you get his music now. You can't just listen to that on 5. It's got to go up to 11. That's
Exactly.
right. Headbang it while you practicing your martial arts. Yes. But yeah, thank you so much. Diego, don't go anywhere. But all you badasses, tomorrow we're going to have an early stream. An early podcast stream at 12 p.m. tomorrow with another amazing, awesome guest. So I am very, very, very honored to be having these awesome guests on the podcast recently, especially with this guy over here. But hey, see you on the next one. Take care, guys.
Thanks a lot, Preston.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.